log now. Okay, so it is shut down. Now see here, shutdown proc, shutting down server. So what I am trying to show you from the error log, in all three cases, the error messages is different. Hi there, this is Pranav from DBA Diary. I hope you are doing great. Today we shall see how do we stop and start Sybase. So we'll cover three ways to start the server and three ways to shut it down. Okay, so let's get it rolling. So if you have any question on this, please feel free to you can comment on my YouTube channel or even wherever I post. So you can comment on that. So let's get it rolling. So I have 4 sessions open. So session 1. So let's see whether we have Sybase instance running right now or no. So what we'll do is we'll initiate the Sybase variable first, and then we'll see show server. Alright, so you see that ASE1 instance is running, and then there is a backup server running. So what we have to do is we have to start the HMT instance. Okay, so if you go to ASE here, we are already in that path. So opt hm ASE 16.0 install, right? So if you do lsltr, so we have run HMT file here, right? So let's see how do we start. This is the best method or best practice that is followed to start the server, which is start server -f and then run underscore HMT, and don't forget to put ampersand. That means it will run in the background. So this is one of the method to start the server, and this is the best practice. So HMT is the instance name, so it is coming right now. So in the meantime, let's log into Sybase. So ISQL -s HMT is the instance name -USA -w. So let's put the password, and it is logged in. Okay, so Sybase is started, right? It is still coming up. Yeah, it's started now. So we can log in here as well. Okay, so the third one I have opened it so that you can check the error log. So when we shut it down, when they shut down the server, what all things it prints the error log when you do gracefully shutdown, when you do forcefully shutdown, and then when you kill it. So these 3 things that we are going to do, and I have opened one more session. So let's log in here as well. Okay, so first I showed you how to stop the server, how to start the server. Now the best practice is for shutting it down is just run the command shutdown, and before shutdown ensure that backup server is shut down. So this is the command to shut down the backup server, or whether you want to check whether it is running or no, you can check using sip_backup ..sp_who. This will tell you whether your backup server is up and running or no. So you can see it is up and running right now. So you have to shut it down. So shut down sip_backup. This is the command. So this will ensure that your backup server is shut down. Now if you run the command sip_backup .sp_who, and you will see that this is not running right now. So the best practice to shut down is first to shut down the backup service and then shut down the ASE service. So now when you do shutdown, so it will start shutting it down. Okay, now let's check the error log, how it is there. So you see here shutdown started by user SA SQL text shutdown, and then it is exiting. Okay, so main thread performing final shutdown. So now you see it is shut down here. Okay, so this is one of the method to start and stop the server. Now second method. So second method we have to use to start the server, right? So other method is you should be in the same directory lsltr, and then you call this run_hmt, and don't forget to use ampersand. So this will start the server. Now you go and check the error log, and this is what is coming. So databases are coming online now. So now whatever login we had done, so now if you do, it will come out because it had shut down earlier, right? So even if you come here and if you click on this go command, it will come out because it was restarted. So we have seen how do we start in two ways. Now we will see how to shut down in second way. So one way is already seen. So it is started now. So now let us log into Sybase, because we are going to shut down using another method. Okay, so here okay, so now what we will do, let's log into session 3 also. Okay, and we'll start running dbcc check db hmt underscore. If you have any doubt database name, you can run always sp underscore help db to find our database name, and you will see that there is a database called hmt underscore test, right. So what we'll do, we'll run dbcc check db. I am running this so that it will take time, and I can show you that shutdown will not happen in your graceful way. It will say it's waiting for this process to complete. Check db hmt underscore test. Okay, so session 2 is already there. So let's keep the command ready. We will not say go and go. So it is started. Now session, if you go here session 2 shutdown go, it won't shut down because it is saying it will wait for this process to complete. So shutdown with no wait is the way out for this kind of thing. So now you open this error log, what you will see here. Okay, so you see by user SA, so shutdown with no wait. So before that it was started by user SA SQL text shutdown, and there was a active SPID 15 SPID. So because of that it was not happening. So then shutdown started by user SA and SQL text is shutdown with no wait. So this is not a graceful shutdown, it's a forceful shutdown. Okay, so this is done in the scenario when you are not able to perform shutdown because of some stuck process. So in that cases, in those cases you have to use the command shutdown with no wait. It is not something recommended. We should actually wait for the process to complete, because this shutdown, forceful shutdown, might result in the corruption of your database. There is a possibility that your database might get corrupted because of this. Okay, but in certain cases we have to do because we don't have any other option. Okay, so you see here waiting for one process to complete. Now one is variable here. It could be 1, it could be 3, it could be 5, it could be any process which is active and it is not committed or not rolled back. So it is still active. Okay, so two method we saw, how do we start and how do we stop, right? Okay, so third method, now let's start this. So this was the method, second one. So third method is you can just call run underscore hmt and with the ampersand, and this will also start the server. This is the third method to start the server. So database are coming online now. HMD test is coming online. So this is the last method that we are seeing. How do we stop the server? Now this is even worse than your forceful shutdown. Okay, but this is done when there is no available connection for you to log into server, or for some reason there is some issue you are not able to log into server at all. In those cases we do this, but you should know how to make use of this kind of command, right? So it is started, I believe. Yeah, it is started. So third method is to stop the server. So you know that we can do show server to find out the running process, right? So this is your HMT server. So this has PID and PPID. This is one method to find out. Another method is ps-ef grep data server. Okay, or grep Sybase also will do. So here you see which one is your server. So this is your HMT. So 21415, right? 21415. This is your PID. So you can do kill and 21415. Either you do kill or you do kill -9. Kill -9 is again forceful shutdown, forceful killing of the SPID. So I would go with 21415. Generally, you should copy paste 21415 and you do it here, and you see the error log now. Okay, so it is shut down. Now see here, shutdown proc, shutting down server. So what I am trying to show you from the error log, in all three cases the error messages is different. What you see in the error log is different. So from here you can tell your client or somebody who is asking how the server was shut down. So the first one was it will be shut down. Second one, when you do forceful shutdown, it will show you it is shut down with no wait. And third is when you kill from the process, it will tell you that this has been shut down proc, shutting down server. So this is the worst kind of shutdown that we should actually avoid. But then when it's needed, when you are not able to log into server, this is the only method, only possible way you have to go with that. So yeah, that's all I believe. So it was a short session, but it will be very informative and it will be useful in our day-to-day scenario, or in the worst case scenario, I could say. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you for tuning, and wait for another video. I will be recording soon. Thank you. Thank you very much. See you. Bye.